Senior Munford Cooking Show. They will help you make food like a pro. Like a pro.
Welcome back to the Junior Senior Munford Cooking Show. So this week is going to be a vegan special. We are going to be making seitan. Seitan is a delicious meat alternative. Mr. Munford, what are the main ingredients in our seitan recipe today?
Okay, so the main ingredient, what's going to make up the bulk of it, is the vital wheat gluten.
Okay.
And there is also onion powder in it, nutritional yeast.
Okay.
Those are really the three main ingredients, all come in powder form.
Fantastic. These ingredients, this vital wheat gluten is a bit unusual, but you can still get it from places like Amazon. Other online retailers are available. We checked and we actually bought some today. It's a little bit more expensive than it was last week, but most things are. But yeah, you can still get those things now. So gram flour, again, one of the other ingredients, you can still get that. Most people don't buy it because they don't know what to do with it, to be honest with you. And onion powder, pretty freely available. Check online, you can get most of this stuff online. So there's some flavourings going on with our seitan to give it its flavour. What kind of stuff are we putting in our seitan?
Okay, so we've got smoked paprika, we've got chili flakes, we've got mixed herbs.
Nice. Fantastic.
The onion powder will add a natural flavouring to it, and there's also smoked paprika and soy sauce.
Beautiful, beautiful. Soy sauce is going to get great flavour. So this recipe originated from the Buddhist chef, and we've modified it quite a bit, but it did originate with him, so we should credit him. So that's the Buddhist chef. He uses a vegan Worcester sauce. We don't do that. We use soy sauce, and we chuck in chili flakes and some other spices to kind of give it a little bit more of a flavour. Okay, so basically what we do first of all is we have to make the dough. It's kind of like similar to making bread dough, but it's with slightly different ingredients. So bear with us. In a few moments we will be making the dough together with you. Okay, so here we go. We are now going to make the seitan dough for you. So Mr. Munford, what's going in first?
Vital wheat gluten is going in.
Okie dokie. And next?
And next is the gram flour.
Gram flour going in.
Made from chickpeas.
Beautiful. What's next?
Next is the onion powder.
Onion powder. Now that's going to give it a nice flavour. Okay, so we seem to be dry ingredients are all going in here together.
All going in together.
Anything else in there?
Nutritional yeast going in.
Nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast, by the way, an amazing product. Full of protein, full of flavour, absolutely delicious. Amazing.
A little bit cheesy almost, isn't it?
It is a little bit cheesy. You know, it's used a lot in vegan recipes where you need to replace cheese, white sauce. Chuck a bit of nutritional yeast in there, it becomes cheesy. Amazing. Anything else going in there, sir?
Well, now we're going to add in the flavourings. So we've got
Cool.
a teaspoon of chili flakes.
Now, I've got to say, so with the chili flakes, you know, this is an optional thing. If you don't like chili, you don't like spices, don't put it in. We added this ourselves. As I say, we modified this Buddhist chef recipe, and we added the chili flakes in because it gave it a really nice flavour. What's next, Mr. Munford?
Next is the smoked paprika.
Beautiful.
1 tablespoon.
Again, you know, if you really hate paprika, don't put it in. You could, it's up to you. You've got to experiment with the flavours you like to flavour your seitan. We love paprika. We quite like chili. That's why we're using these things. Anything else going in there?
Next is the herbs. We're using thyme today.
Always got time for a bit of thyme, haven't we, Junior?
Oh.
So, you know, again, whatever herbs you like, whatever you've got knocking around. This time of year, you know, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, you might have some herbs going down. A bit of parsley would be nice. Thyme, as we're using today, beautiful. Marjoram. Go easy on it, you know, don't put too much in, you don't want to overpower the thing. Okay, so is that all our dry ingredients in there together now?
That's all the dry ingredients.
Okay, so dry ingredients done. I imagine we're going to stir this a little bit now, are we, sir?
Yep, you want to combine these nice and evenly.
Beautiful. That's a lovely little bit of stirring there, Junior. He's rather meticulous about his stirring, I've got to say, is Junior. You know, he'll be making sure that all those dry ingredients are meticulously blended together before he adds any kind of liquid. Beautiful. Lovely bit of stirring there. Fantastic.
I think that'll do.
Beautiful. Okay, so we have dry ingredients. Now to make a dough, we need some wet ingredients.
We certainly do.
What are our wet ingredients, Junior?
So, they are ketchup, soy sauce, and 375 ml hot water,
Beautiful.
boiled from the kettle.
Fantastic. So here we have said hot water. There is your soy sauce. It's about a cup. It's about half a cup full.
125 ml to be precise.
You do like being precise, Junior, don't you?
Always.
Always precise. How much of this tomato ketchup then?
It's 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon of the tomato ketchup. Beautiful. Now again, if you really hate tomato ketchup, use something else. I mean, you could probably put, I don't know, brown sauce in there if it kind of floats your boat.
Even reggae sauce if you're that way
Oh,
inclined.
now that's a cheeky one, isn't it? The reggae sauce, yeah. Okay, so what do we have to do anything that? Do we have to stir that? Give it a little whisk?
That'll require a little whisk.
Okay, so a little whisk of the wet ingredients. Gorgeous, reminds me of Bovril. Okay, so so what happens now? I'm kind of imagining that is going to go in there.
Add the wet to the dry.
Okay,
In
cool.
short.
I'll remove your whisk for you, Junior. Look at that, he's just chucking it in there.
Unlike the cheese today, we're just going to put it all together because it's all perfectly measured.
Nice. Now I can, you know, obviously you can't get the smells going on here, but the smells that are happening here of those flavours being combined is just out of this world.
It's kind of like a cheeky Marmite almost, isn't it?
It is like a cheeky Marmite. It's a cheeky Marmite with herbs, paprika, tomato ketchup, soy sauce. I've got hints of onions and there's all manner of stuff going on in my brain here. As you can probably see, this is now starting to turn into this kind of really quite unusual dough. It's almost like it's got a life of its own. I mean, are you feeling that, Junior?
Very much so. Very much so.
Look at that, that is like a living organism, isn't it, happening in that bowl?
I mean,
Wow.
the polymers in this are going to be stretchier than any other
Let's
substance.
talk about stretchy
known to man.
polymers, because I mean, have we got stretchy polymers going on here?
Oh, we certainly do. As it's the gluten strands, it's vital wheat gluten, so it's going to be really quite stretchy. You should see
Are we talking super stretchy polymers?
super stretchy.
Super stretchy.
Super stretchy.
Super stretchy polymers. Amazing. Look at that. Wow. So is that kind of now mixed? Is there any kneading required with this kind of situation?
There is some kneading. So we're going to put this out on the side. I've got a little bit of wheat gluten reserved here, and I'm just going to put that over the side.
Would you recommend using, you know, the wheat gluten to kind of knead your dough on rather than regular kind of flour?
I'd say so. I'd say stick to the wheat gluten to retain that nice texture.
I'm just going to get that bowl out of the way there so you get a full view of that.
And you can see this is
Look at that.
unbelievably stretchy. It's
Wow.
like nothing you'll ever feel.
That is a beast, isn't it? Look at that thing. I know this is kind of like breaking etiquette, Junior, but would you mind if I just have a little,
Please do.
little
Please
go
do.
on that? Oh, gotta say, that is, wow, that is something else. Now, I've got to make a confession. In fact, we need to make a confession at this point. Now, me and Junior, carry on, Junior, you carry on kneading. To be honest with you, we don't make seitan very often at home. It's my wife that does it, Mrs. Munford. And I'm sure Junior will back me up here. Mrs. Munford really hates cooking. You know, we do all the cooking. She absolutely hates it. But she's the one that usually makes the seitan. And I'll tell you why. It's because it's so easy. She hates anything complicated. Simple, easy cooking. Mrs. Munford's on it. Anything complicated, she really doesn't want to know. Anyway, sorry for that little aside, but you know.
It's actually fully goners. It's our first ever Seitan.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. An admission that we've never made Seitan before. Today, we are making Seitan with you for the first time. It's probably going to be your first time of making Seitan. By the way, you've probably discovered Seitan is now readily available in the shops. You'll find it in all sorts of ingredients, but it's very expensive. But this, relatively cheap to make. I mean, that whole kind of Seitan, and it does expand, I've got to say, costs about £7 to make, and we find it we use it throughout the week on many different meals. We'll probably make 3 or 4, maybe even 5 different meals out of that Seitan. Okay, so next, Mr. Munford, you can, if you want, just kind of leave it like that and actually make one giant Seitan loaf. What we normally do is we normally cut that fella in half. Do you want to grab a little knife, Junior?
Absolutely.
So we normally cut this in half. Main reason is that it's easier to fit in a saucepan, and also we found it usually cooks better if you split that in two. So all you need to do now is grab yourself a reasonable amount of cling film. We could probably do this together, Junior, couldn't we? Should we do one each?
It's yours?
We could have a little Seitan competition, couldn't we? See who turns out the best. So get your Seitan. You probably want to kind of make it into a little bit of a sausage shape, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to wrap that Seitan nice and tightly. In your cling film, and then in the end you really want to tie a little knot, so you're just going to use that.
I impatiently shot ahead there.
Did you?
And didn't listen to instruction.
Oh, see, look,
Unfortunately.
there you go. Yeah, you're just going to tie a little knot. Now hopefully you can see that I'm leaving a little bit of space there. They say like a couple of centimetres for expansion. And I've got to say, these bad boys do expand. They really do. Twist your ends as if you were making some kind of Christmas cracker type situation. It's not very seasonal, that is it? So little knot either end. Okay, so your nice little neat knot. Then what you're going to do with that is you are going to place that in a pan of boiling water, with a stop cube in the boiling water. Now the reason the stop cube goes in that boiling water, because you may be thinking that, because you're thinking those boys just wrap that in cling film. But the reason you put the stop cube in the boiling water is, Junior?
In case it bursts, you can add lots of flavour into it, which will soak all that nice stock up.
This is only cling film. It could burst. And if it does, it's not a problem, it's not a disaster. It will just absorb the flavours from the stop cube in your boiling water.
We do ask you at this point if you want to comment whose looks the neatest, who do you think's won. You're very welcome to.
Junior on the left, Senior on the right.
Obviously, please vote for mine. Thank
I
you.
know what you're going to say, guys. I know, but you know, be kind to Junior. Okay, so we'll be back momentarily with when these bad boys have cooked. So they're going to go in a pan, boiling water for 1 hour. Once that water started boiling, turn it down a bit so it's just simmering gently. Should be bubbling, but not boiling, for 1 hour. Recipe will be going up on our Instagram page, so it'll all be there in full detail. Okay, so here we are, an hour later. Seitan has been boiling for 1 hour. Well, not boiling, gently simmering. And now we have our 2 Seitans. Beautifully dressed on this board here, and I've got to say that Cherry has helped us dress this board and make it look beautiful. Junior is now going to show you how you would slice this and chop it. We're going to be putting this into a little kind of chili thing that we've got going on this evening. So, Junior, without further ado, sort that Seitan out. Let's get that a bit of a chop. Beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. hopefully you can see the kind of textures that are going on in that. It is a beautiful thing. We did have a little chat about whose was the best, and you know, because we are junior and senior, you kind of thought mine was the best.
But we are still going to leave that down to a bit of a vote, because it could go either way at this point.
We will probably post individual pictures of our seitans later, and you can vote to say who you think is the best. Beautiful. Okay, so we've sliced it. We're now going to dice it.
Using the tunnel technique, as you may have learned in other videos.
Might want to get your hand out of the way a little bit there, Junior. Otherwise people aren't going to be able to see what's going down, are they?
I like to think of this as a bit of a maths grid almost. Little stripes sort of thing, little strips.
Not only do we have cooking skills going on here, but maths as well. Now, did you measure that, Junior? Or was that just by eye?
I did it. It's 2 mil across each way, 2 mil squared.
Perfect.
That's what I'm trying to say now.
Perfect. Look at that. So we now have some beautifully cubed seitan, which we're going to put into a little chilli that Mrs. Munford has prepared earlier, that we're going to throw our seitan into and cook that maybe for another 15-20 minutes. Hopefully you can see seitan, beautiful meat alternative product, and really I think the only thing that really is left to say here, Junior, is well done. Another beautiful episode of the Junior and Senior Munford Cooking Show. See you next time.
Junior Senior Munford Cooking Show.